Hello everybody, Captain Marty here on Friday, July the 10th. We're rolling into a good weekend for offshore fishing, and there's some stuff starting to fire a little bit inshore, but we also have some slow areas. But there's always something to talk about in the fishing report, and I'll be back to do that in just a moment.
Set sail for an unforgettable Outer Banks adventure with Aficionado Charters. Perfect for families, beginners, and seasoned anglers alike, their experienced crew makes every trip fun and exciting. With top-tier fishing gear and advanced safety technology, you'll head offshore in search of incredible catches like tuna, mahi-mahi, sailfish, and the oh-so-coveted marlin. As one of the longest operating charter boats on the East Coast, they know where the fish are biting. Plan your next adventure today at aficionadocharters.com and get ready to reel in the fun. At Fishing Unlimited on the Nags Head Manio Causeway, not only can you get stocked up with all the bait, tackle, and amenities necessary to fish, but you can also be your own captain. That's right. At Fishing Unlimited, you can rent one of their spacious pontoon boats to go fishing, crabbing, dolphin watching, or just to cruise the Roanoke Sound. It's family fun at its finest. Half-day and full-day rentals are available. Be your own captain at Fishing Unlimited on the Nags Head Manio Causeway.
So in Hatteras, the meat bite continues. Blackfin tuna plentiful, 25 or 30 to the boat when they want them. There was a little bit of an increase in the wahoo fishing. Instead of 1 to the boat, I'll call it 2. And why is that important? Because when we get into August and September, it's not uncommon to see them catch double figures, 10 or more wahoo to the boat. And there was a few mahi or dolphin caught, but that fishing wasn't as good as it has been. But when you wrap it up with the other meat fish, the blackfins and the wahoo, it's still pretty darn good. And then we have the sailfish bite, which is going on through all of our waters. And we'll talk about that too when we get up to the Oregon Inlet report. So it's billfish and meat, and everything went well. We had good blue fishing for the inshore, nearshore fleet, whatever you want to call them. And you'll hear that word a lot more in today's report as we move forward. Up at Oregon Inlet, pretty decent meat fishing. Their tuna were yellowfin tuna, but the numbers are not where they'd like to see them. A couple or 3 to the boat on average. Mahi fishing, pretty good. They found some beds of grass and did okay on that. So you got couple of really good eating fish right there, but that wasn't enough. They stopped and did the Plan B fishing, which was tiles and triggerfish. Now, if you had some way and you owned a seafood restaurant on the Outer Banks, and you could take those 4 species that fleet caught today and put them on a seafood platter, man, you couldn't beat it. Mahi, yellowfin tuna, tile fish, and triggers. 2 surface fish, 2 bottom fish. And the tiles and triggers are firm white meat. The yellowfin tuna a little bit oilier and redder. And then the mahi just a happy medium. Really, really, really good to eat. Inshore at Oregon Inlet, they've been struggling a little bit, but there have been the Spanish bite that we're getting ready to talk about up and down the beach is also good for those guys fishing around the inlet. And some of them are catching quite a few bluefish as well. So speaking of the surf, really all up and down Hatteras Island and even north of Oregon Inlet and up to the piers like Jeanette's Pier and all the way up to the Virginia line, a really good Spanish mackerel bite yesterday. Gotcha plugs and sting silvers were the thing for those, and that was the primary bite. I saw some people with coolers full of Spanish mackerel. There was a few pompano in the catches as well, and the pompano were being caught on sand fleas. So water temperatures still varies a little bit. Jeanette's Pier and Nags Head 76 degrees. Rodanthe Pier 80 degrees. They also had some sheephead on the Rodanthe Pier, and Jeanette's had some croakers as well as the blues and Spanish. So it's not like right home good fishing, but you know what? When you can go down there and cast and retrieve and feel the actual strike like you do with Spanish mackerel, that's a lot of fun. And that's what was going on primarily. We'll take them. We'll take anything we can get as it gets hotter and hotter. The other thing I say, almost every report, now the middle of the day is a dead zone, a dead time, and much better to fish at daylight and at dusk. So we'll take a little break here, and I'll come back and talk to you a little bit about the backcountry.
Ready to ride in style? At KDH Outer Banks Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram at milepost 5.5 on the bypass in Kill Devil Hills, we're more than just a dealership. We're the island dealer that deals. Check out jaw-dropping deals on new and pre-owned Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler models. The island dealer that deals has the wheels you need and the deals you'll love. Check out our inventory at Outer Banks Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.com. KDH Outer Banks Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram at milepost 5.5 on the bypass in Kill Devil Hills. We're the island dealer that deals.
As we roll into the weekend, the fishing in the Sound, which is the primary part of our backcountry report, the Pamlico Sound, is on the increase. We're seeing a few more speckled trout being caught, and they're fairly good sized ones. That's still a closed fishery, and they will have to release them. But a couple of the ones I saw were 4 and 5 pounds. And that's a beautiful fish to come out of the water, and it's good that they put them back anyway. So you got that going on. And then the Taylor blue fishing, some of this is by boat, some of this is by wading fishermen, but the backside of Hatteras Island is is picking up with the bluefish. These are like 2 to 3 pound bluefish, a little bit bigger than the true Taylor blue, but pretty good though. Everybody's happy to have them. Sheephead bite is also getting back the way it's getting better than it has been the last few days. It's not gotten back to as good as it was a month ago, but more of that will pick up. They're moving around a little bit. So it's Taylor blues, it's speckled trout, and if you're over on the Western Sound, there are some big drum being caught and released. But as we roll into August, we're going to see them be more widespread, more people fishing for them. That will be the sunset bite that a lot of people wait the whole year for, and so that is coming on. And that's really about all I have for you today. As we roll into the weekend, your best bet is to rig up for those Spanish mackerel on the beach. And don't forget, if you got some kids, they can't take an all-day 12-hour trip offshore. Maybe they don't even want to go in the ocean at all. Consider the Waterman trips that are offered at most of the major marinas. That's a trip where you go out and fish commercial gear. Something I'm really near and dear to me. They go shrimping, they go crabbing. You get to keep everything you catch. So that might be an option for you. And the other thing, of course, is these piers. We have some of the best pier fishing in the world. And when you go on the pier, you don't need a fishing license, which is a plus. Actually, when you go in any charter boat, you don't need a fishing license either. So maybe that would be a couple things. Both of those are kid-friendly things you can do, and be a good way. Even if you didn't come here planning on fishing, that's no excuse, because they can rig you up at the pier with everything you're going to need to go fishing. So keep it in mind. Have a great day, and let the good Lord bless you richly.